Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. It's still technically morning where I am. I'm just sipping, excuse me, I'm just sipping on some matcha. Guys, I've been obsessed with matcha lately, that this has been my thing every morning. I have to have a cup. Usually, I like to mix it with some coconut milk to like soften the taste up because it's kind of like a grassy taste if you never had matcha. I don't mind it, but sometimes I like it a little soft. Hey Ash, thank you. Okay, so today I just wanted to talk to you guys about some recent purchases that I made over like maybe the past 6 months of fragrances. And I just want to share them with you guys. I just want to share my thoughts and let you guys know what I've been liking about them and all that jazz. Before we get started, today's fragrance of the day is Gris Charnel. So I've been running through this. I'm gonna be sad when this is done. I think I may repurchase it eventually. I really like it. It's really nice, especially like on a day like this. It's pretty gray where I am, so this kind of fits the mood. And I don't know why, but like this, it just came off, and I don't know like what happened. Really weird, but it is what it is. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I only have a few. I'm not trying to like overdo it with fragrances. As like I've been thinking about it, and over the past few years, I really love fragrances. Like that will always be something that I enjoy, and I will always want, to have like new ones in my collection. But I have a lot of fragrances, so I want to slow down on my purchases. I've mostly been making like, sample purchases or something that like I've been wanting for years. I'll go ahead and get it. But I have a lot. I want to finish them. I don't want them to just be sitting in my collection and just not being used. I like using my fragrances. I want to rotate them, and I want to finish a few. So I've been slowing down on my consumption, and the prices are getting so expensive. Like it's been going up and up and up, especially with certain brands. It's crazy, but yeah. So, okay, the first one I'm going to talk about is a sample I got. And this one is called I Don't Know What by Dees and Diger, whatever. This is such a great fragrance. Oh my goodness. This is like one of those fragrances. What shoes am I wearing? Right now I'm not wearing any shoes. I'll show you guys eventually my outfit of the day. But I'm probably going to wear some combat boots because it's pretty rainy. And yeah, that'll be pretty much outfit of the day. I don't have any shoes on right now. But okay, yeah, this fragrance is called I Don't Know What. And this is the perfect fragrance for like everyday use. This is something that you reach for when you don't know what to wear. And the thing about this fragrance is that it's very clean and very chic. Those are the two words that come to mind whenever I smell this fragrance. And the thing about this fragrance, it's very polarizing, very strong. It has that really nice clean look, or not clean look. It has a really nice clean feel to it. And it just smells very chic to me. There's bergamot in here for sure. There may be a little jasmine, some floral notes. I don't know off the top of my head. But it's so nice. And it has that ISO E super note that just makes it has a staying, lasting power. Like like you said, Ashley, it's very effortless. It really is. Like it comes across like just, I don't want to say polarizing, but like just like, ooh, what is that? Like really, in the name is perfect for this fragrance. Like I don't know what that is, but it smells amazing. That's how I feel whenever I smell this. And like it's not one of those fragrances that does that disappearing act. It's there. It's very present. I think like two to three sprays, you're gonna be good for the rest of the day. Yeah, there you go. I'm that girl when I wear this fragrance. That's how you feel. It's so nice. It really has that really good projection and staying power for sure. And I would definitely recommend this for like just really everyday use. It has that effect that you're just gonna be like what is that? Is that me? That's how I feel when I smell this fragrance. I always wear the place I wear it to the most is definitely the gym. I think this is a great gym fragrance because it's not like one of those. It's not like overbearing. It's not too sweet. It's not, it's not something that will be off-putting in the gym. This is something that would just be like very refreshing, especially when you're sweating and you just get that nice whiff. That's something I love about this. And I think this is going to be great for the spring. Like, I'm ready for the spring to I'm ready for the spring to come around so I can pull this out. I'm really contemplating on buying a full bottle. Like, I really enjoy this. I really do. I think when I first got it, it was love at first sight because, or love at first sniff, because it really spoke to me. It just like, it was like, like I can see myself wearing this all the time. And yeah, I really enjoy this. I would give this a 10 out of 10. A perfect everyday reach. I think this is very unisex too. It it doesn't come off too feminine or too masculine. I think, ooh, it's on sale at Sam's Club. Really? I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, it doesn't come off too feminine or too masculine. I think the balance of that bergamot and those woody notes and the ISO super really balance up those florals. Okay. Yeah, I love this fragrance and I definitely recommend for spring and just all around. Like, I think this can be an all year long scent because it's so strong and it just like really projects really nicely because that ISO super note. So yeah, this is gonna give you lasting power and projection, all that good stuff that you want, especially in a fresh fragrance. That is so rare to get that in a fresh fragrance. So I definitely recommend this if you're looking for something that is fresh, chic, and long lasting. Or Costco, it's one of them. Okay, I'll check out Sam's Club and Costco to see how much they're selling this for because yeah, this is something that I like. I'm pretty much like a little over halfway through it, and like I'm kind of sad about that because I really want this to last me throughout the spring, but I don't know if I'm going to get there with that. I can probably just do one spray because, like I said, this is very strong, so it's gonna last even just with one spray. So yeah, this is has been one of my favorites so far since I've got it. Okay, next one is one that I've been wanting to try for years, ever since I came across it somewhere on the fragrance community. Somebody talked about it, and like just the name and like the color of the juice alone really enticed me. And then they start to describe it, and this is gonna be by Frederick Mal. This is called the Moon. I finally got a sample of it. This fragrance is actually so expensive for like the full bottle, and that's because it's like I believe the concentration of the oud or the oud is like raw oud, so it's pretty pricey. It's it's a part of the desert gems within that collection, and this one like really enticed me. This fragrance is so interesting. I don't think this is for somebody who's like into just getting into ouds. This is somebody who's like well versed with ouds. Sorry. Yeah, this is somebody who's like well versed with ouds, who understands it and like can handle a good strong oud. The oud in here isn't very well. It is a little bit animalic, but I think it comes off like a more musky animalic. It's not very barnyard like or like that poo smell. And then there's like fruity notes in here. There's definitely raspberry. There might be some other little fruity notes. I think there may be a little hint of rose in here. It just smells very red when you smell this. It smells like something that should be worn at night for sure. This is very strong. And with this fragrance, I don't want to call it screechy, but it's not like one of those smooth blends. It's just like very the best way I could describe this is like a watercolor. You know how like a watercolor, like all the colors blend together and like create this like beautiful look? That's the way I would describe it. It's not just a smooth fragrance. It's very I don't like to use the word screechy because it just sounds like it's not great, but like it's just not smooth. I hope you guys are getting that. But it's very beautiful. All those notes come together very nicely and just create this beautiful explosion. It's something that for sure anybody that smells this on you is never going to smell anything like it. They'll definitely be very intrigued, enticed, and probably a little seduced by this fragrance because it's just that polarizing. It's very, very strong, you guys. All you need is like one spray of this. I wouldn't even say two, because this is very strong. It's very polarizing. It's Middle Eastern inspired, or well, yeah, it is Middle Eastern inspired. This is, I think this is, when it was released in the Middle East, and you know, their culture, like they were strong, strong fragrances. So, you know, you don't need much sprays or many sprays with this one. So even if you do buy the bottle, it'll last you for a long time because there's so much power in this fragrance. It's definitely unisex. It smells like it smells like a romantic evening in Dubai. You're sitting somewhere in the desert having, I don't know, you had a nice dinner with your loved one, and now it's time for dessert and you're under the moonlight and the moonlight is hitting you. That's like the vision that I see with this one. And it's dry, like there's something dry about this fragrance, and I get that because like I've never been to the Middle East, anywhere in the Middle East, but I can see that like the atmosphere is pretty dry because of how hot it is, and this captures this pretty nicely. There's a slight hint of sweetness. It's not overly sweet at all. It's just that perfect amount of sweetness. This is definitely very mature. Not mature in like, you know, mature is never bad, but like, you know, I would say like sometimes like people when they describe mature, they can like, you can think of like maybe a Chanel No. 5 that's pretty mature, but this is like a grown and sexy type of mature. The oud creates this like really sexy undertone, and I think there's probably some incense in here too, but it's very beautiful. This is definitely, the uniqueness factor is definitely 10 on 10 for sure with this one. I would definitely recommend getting a sample. If you're somebody who's not used to oud, I don't think you should try this fragrance, not yet. Get versed with like, you know, the easier ouds, like maybe a Francis Kurkdjian oud. That's a very easy oud to like dip your toes into, to like get into ouds or like find out what ouds are about, and then you can grow from there and maybe try this one. I'm actually really glad I finally got a sample of this a few months ago because I really enjoy this. I haven't worn it that much because I think this is more like, I wouldn't say a special occasion. I feel like every day is a special occasion, but I feel like I have to be in the right outfit to wear this fragrance. I really enjoy this, guys. It's such a unique fragrance. It has the longevity, it has the projection, uniqueness, just everything about it is very, very beautiful, enticing, intriguing, seductive. I wouldn't say effortless because you have to be like that type of person who like you just have this this cool factor about you to just wear this effortlessly. So yeah, this one was, what was it called again? The Moon by Frederic Malle, the House of Frederic Malle. Amazing fragrance. Okay, I'm just gonna go through the samples. This one is, what was the name of this one? Wilhelm Parfums. And this one is Poets of Berlin. So with this fragrance, it actually took me some time to like it because when I first smelled it, I was like, okay, I heard about this fragrance, but I do not get the hype of it. Like I got this in a sample pack, so it's not something that I deliberately ordered. But when I first got it, I was like, okay, I don't get this. I don't really like it. But then, you know, with fragrances, you definitely have to, you know, give them some time to adjust on your skin and wear them like over the course of maybe a week or two to really understand it and get to understand if you actually like it or not. Because it's not always going to be a live at first sniff, and I don't think you should expect that if you're somebody who's into fragrances or you're trying to get into the world of fragrances. Sometimes it takes some time to develop a liking to a fragrance. And then sometimes for sure, you're just not going to be into that fragrance. Like, I understand that. But with this one, it took me some time. And over time, I really started to enjoy this because it is quite unique for sure. There's notes of bamboo, blueberry. What else is in here? I think there's vanilla. There's some type of woodiness in here too. I don't know, but those are the three main notes that I pick up. And I think at first, because like, you know, that freshness of the bamboo mixed with the blueberry, it was just like, okay, I never smelled this combination before, so maybe that's why like it just wasn't doing it for me. But as, you know, as time goes on, I started to enjoy the uniqueness of this fragrance. Now, this is one of those fragrances that what I say is an easy reach. It's not as an easy reach as the other one, like I don't know what. That one's definitely like an easy reach. This one it takes time to get used to, and then it can become an easy reach because for this with this fragrance, I would definitely say this is something like I would wear out of the shower. I would wear it first thing in the morning. Like I would wear it on those days where like I want to like start my morning very calm, easy, and nice, and like just in a refreshed meditative state. This is definitely like one of those cool girl fragrances. Like she's very into her fitness. She does yoga, maybe she does Pilates. She drinks green juice. She eats really healthy. Yeah, like this is very pretty. Definitely a really pretty scent. The vanilla is so mellow and smooth. It's like kind of buttery, and then that blueberry is so deep. It's like very blue. It's very sweet. Blueberries can be very tart sometimes, but I think the tartness in here is mostly coming from the bamboo. The bamboo is quite fresh and like, you know, green and earthy. And there's this like slight deep woodiness in here too. It's very slight. It's really, really nice, you guys. This lasts quite some time too. I think it's very moderate in its wear time. And the projection, I don't know about the projection. I think it does, like, this doesn't have like one of those disappearing acts on me. Like I can smell it throughout the day. Yeah, it doesn't last super super long, but it's pretty moderate. I would say maybe 4 to 5 hours, which is okay because this is more like a, it's not like super fresh, but it is. I would classify it more over to being a fresh scent. It's like borderline. Maybe I wouldn't say gourmand. It's not gourmand for sure, but it's like sweet and fresh at the same time. So it's not gonna last super super long, but I'm okay with that. Like I've learned to be okay with my fragrances not lasting hours upon end because there's sometimes like when I just want something that's just like chill. I like it. It's not gonna last long, but you know I really enjoy the scent. So for me, it's okay. The projection, I would say this projects quite nicely. It's not like one of those beast mode fragrances where you're just gonna walk into a room and then the fragrance is gonna hit everybody in the room before you even say anything. No, this is gonna be like maybe an arm's length, close encounters. I think the person, whoever is smelling you, is really gonna enjoy the fragrance too. It's really nice. I've grown to like this fragrance. Would I add it in my collection? Yes. Am I in a rush to do that? Probably not. Maybe I'd get another like one of those like 30 ml samples, you know, just to have with me, and then maybe eventually later on, like maybe when I finish maybe 2 or 3 fragrances within my collection, I'll probably go ahead and add this in. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It took some time for me to enjoy it, but it's quite nice. Again, this is Pote to Berlin. Okay. Next, okay, this one I this is love at first sniff for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. This is Mind Games, and this is one of my first Mind Game fragrances that I've owned in my collection. Like the bottles, the whole thing about the brand is really intriguing. I love the whole aesthetic and just how, yeah, it's really enticing. It almost reminds me of like Initio in certain ways, but like you know they do their own thing. To me, it seems like they're very inspired by the game of chess. From their bottles, they have like these chess pieces. It's pretty cool. But this one is Jadobi, I think it's called. And guys, this, oh my goodness, like when this hits my nostrils, like it was like, whoa. The first time I smelled this, I was like, whoa, what is that? What is that? This fragrance has like this beautiful duality to it. It's sweet, dark, and sexy. So there's notes of, off the top of my head, there's pomegranate in here. There may be a little raspberry. The first thing for sure when you smell this fragrance, it comes off like a really juicy berry fragrance. But there's a twist of leather. There's leather in here. Those are like the main 2 notes that come up when I smell this fragrance initially. And I think that's what really pulled me in that nice twist. It's just like, whoa, what is that? And this fragrance is actually so strong. It lasts, like this fragrance projects, it lasts like a good, I would say probably a good 8 hours. This is a solid wear for sure. The projection, the sillage, I've gotten compliments on this. I wore this on New Year's actually, and I hugged somebody and like, oh my goodness, you smell so good. And I was wearing this. Like this, I can see myself having this as a signature scent. This would be one of my signature scents. And signature scents are something I don't really like gravitate towards because I have so many fragrances in my collection. But this one, this is me. This is me in a bottle. I absolutely love this fragrance. It's actually quite unique. That sweet and dark element is just it's heavenly in my opinion. I love everything about this. I think if you're somebody who enjoys initial fragrances like Atomic Rose, Psychedelic Love are two that I have. I think you would enjoy a Mind Games fragrance, especially this one, Jadobi, I believe it's called. It's just, I love it. Uniqueness is on 10 for me. I just really adore this fragrance. So yeah, signature scent worthy for me. Longevity, sillage, uniqueness factor is definitely there. So I definitely want a full bottle of this fragrance whenever I finish this. And this sample is quite nice. Like, and I love the little atomizer for it. Like this is so well thought out. I love attention to details, especially when it comes to fragrances, because fragrances are so expensive. Like why not give me a full-on luxury experience where I enjoy every single moment from opening the packaging and opening the fragrance, and even like the bottle, the atomizer, the quality of it, the heaviness of everything. Like I'm a sucker for details. But yeah, guys, I really, this was a lasting impression. Excuse me. This was a lasting impression for me, and I'm really intrigued about the brand Mind Games. I want to try more from them because it was really good. So yeah, this love at first sniff and definitely gonna become a signature scent for me, especially when I get a full bottle. Okay. All right, let's go into another one. This is going to be one from the house of Roger Parfums. Just need a little tea break. Are you guys drinking anything? Anybody that's watching? Do you guys have any like drinks that you enjoy in the morning? But yeah, this one is from Roja Parfums. This is Elixir. So this came out a few years ago, and I tried it as a sample a few years ago, just to see what it was, because from the way people described it, it sounded like really beautiful and ethereal. And when I got my sample, like I really enjoyed what it was. So I finally got a bottle I got this for a steal, you guys. I think, how much did I get this for? I got this for $65. This is like a 303, I think it's 315. And yeah, I got this for a steal, so I had to get it when I saw it for that price. But this fragrance, it is so pretty. Like that is the first thought when I smell this fragrance. Just absolutely pretty. This is a pretty girl scent. This fragrance is like, it smells like a fizzy champagne, like champagne, and you dropped, it's a nice glass of champagne, and you dropped like a little raspberry in there. There's this champagne. It's like a pink bottle. Actually, we drank it the other day when I was at home. Do you remember what it was called? It was that pink. The champagne was actually pink. I forgot what that champagne was. It reminds me of that with like a drop of raspberry in the bottle or in the little flute that you have. That's what it reminds me of. It's so pretty. It's just so luxurious. It smells so fizzy. This puts a smile on my face whenever I smell it. And there's so many notes in here, so I can't even like tell you every note that I smell. But definitely it has that fruity aspect. It has that fizzy aspect. There may be a little hint of vanilla in here, but it's not overbearing. It's just so, so pretty. Like overall, I get like maybe raspberry and peach. Really, really pretty. It's such a pretty scent, you guys. The only thing about this fragrance is that it does not last long. It doesn't last long at all. Maybe a good hour or two, and maybe for a lot of people that would sound like so crazy, especially for the retail price of this fragrance is like $315. So I understand that aspect of like judging this harshly because of the price tag that's on it, but it is Roja Dove, so you know, Roja Dove isn't cheap when it comes to his fragrances. And then I believe that his the notes that he uses, or the yes, yes, that right there, that that champagne bomb. That champagne is this in a bottle. That is this in a bottle for sure. But yeah, with Roja, I think you're just paying for the quality, especially, and the name pretty much. But with this, it's really pretty. It's such a pretty fragrance. This is something that you would grab like when you fresh out the shower, those days where you just want something light and easy and just want something that's gonna put a smile on your face. I really, really enjoy this. And it is sad that this doesn't last very long, but I just enjoy the prettiness factor in this. It just makes me feel super pretty, super girly. And yeah, I feel like whenever anybody smells this on you, it's just like they're gonna have an automatic smile on their face because of it. So so pretty. And with this fragrance, I actually have the hair mist with it too, so I think that will help a little bit with the longevity, because the hair mist is actually pretty good with this longevity. I have like 3 hair mists from Moja Dove, so yeah, I think combining these together, yeah, it's just it's so so pretty. So if you find this for like a really good price and you want something that's fresh and you don't mind it not lasting super super long, I recommend this because it's just a pretty girl scent, and if you are into like pretty girl scents, you'll enjoy Elixir by Roja Dove. I really hold this dear to my heart. Hope one day they come out like with maybe a reformulation to make it last a little longer than what it does right now. Because yeah, for the price of this, it should have like good staying power, at least 6 hours, I would say. Especially this is mostly like a warm weather scent, so yeah, so pretty, very ethereal, pretty girl, easy reach, and very lovable for sure. Okay, guys, we're coming down to like 2 fragrances. These are mostly like hair mists. I really enjoy good hair mists, especially if you find a fragrance that like maybe pretty pricey and you just want to try it out. I think going for a hair mist is going to be like the best option because it's fun, it's pretty, and I think it's always a good thing to have like your hair smelling amazing. That's one thing about me. Like I'm always aware of how I smell, especially my head. Like I wouldn't want somebody to hug me and then my hair stinks. Like that's gross. So I always want somebody, like if they're hugging me, especially because I'm like 5'2", I'm so short. So I feel like whenever anybody hugs me, they're just gonna like automatically smell the top of my head. So I just make sure that my head is always oiled, greased, and smells amazing. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting into hair mist if you haven't tried any. But let's go ahead and talk about the 2 that I added into my collection over the past few months. This one is going to be by Boudicca the Victorious. They're both by Boudicca the Victorious. And I talked about this one a few months ago, but the one that I had, or not a few months ago, that was actually a few years ago. Time goes by so fast. I had this in my collection originally, but I finished that bottle because goodness gracious, that was amazing. That was just, oh my gosh, that bottle was so good. I had to get another one. This is Purity. And this is so hard to get. But when I found it, I'm like, okay, I have to re-up on that because I went through that so fast because it was so amazing. Like, I never smelled anything like it. This is like rose, like a smoked rose, a smoked pink rose. It has like it's definitely Middle Eastern inspired. There's this pink, beautiful rose. And pink roses tend to have like this really sweet, jammy like smell. This smells like it's been smoked with an incense and vanilla. It's just so, what is the words that I'm looking for? It's absolutely mesmerizing, beautiful, seductive, sensual. Like you may lose your mind a little bit when you smell this on somebody because it's so pretty. Like I don't even want to say pretty. It's gorgeous. Every time I smell this, like it just does something to me. Like you just want to stop and just admire every facet about it because it's just it's really 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 beautiful, guys. I never smelled anything like this, and I wish that Odysseus made this into an actual perfume because it's this will be signature. This will be signature for me too because I just never smelled anything like it. And the rose is just it's not like your average rose. Like most roses have like this. I would say most like French perfume roses have like this average smelling rose scent, which is not a bad thing, but like this is like more of a complex rose that you smell every petal. Like this is like very sensual. Like you can feel it when you smell it. Like it's caressing your skin or something. There's definitely like this aspect of sensuality that's like on level 1,000 in this fragrance. And it's just so smoky and pretty. Like it's just like caressing you, like just moving around you. There's something about this fragrance that's just so beautiful. And I would never let this hair mist go. Whenever I find it, I'm definitely buying bottles and bottles. Like this fragrance, this hair mist is me. This is me in a bottle. It's so, so pretty. I love everything about it. And I always get compliments on this one. It's definitely one of those fragrances or those hair mists that is polarizing and just captures anybody that comes in its trap. Beautiful. Another one by Boadicea. I talked about this in a little video I did previously, but I just want to talk about it a little more because it just needs a little bit more shine. So this is Blue Sapphire. This is the hair mist version, and I think this is a great entry to try Blue Sapphire because it's such an expensive bottle. This is like Blue Sapphire is so it's exotic. It is so beautiful. Very intriguing. Nothing like it. I have so many Rose Ouds in my collection, and this has got to be, I would say this, ooh, I have some like hair mist by Roja Dove. Let me show you guys. These two are Rose Oud combos as well. This is Amber Oud. This is definitely like Middle Eastern inspired too. It does smell exotic, but this is like on another level of exotic of being exotic. And this one also, this is the wrong one. This is Tahifa Oud. This smells very exotic too. I will say actually these two are right in almost like the same realm. I can't say I love one over the other because they both have like their own unique assets, but they're definitely similar vibes. So if you ever tried Tahifa Oud, which is absolutely incredible, this is on the elegance, the exotic factor, everything about this. This is not about Tahifa Oud, but you know, I just want to like give you like a similar vibe if you ever smelt, you know, a good oud fragrance from the House of Roja, to compare it to Boadicea if you never tried anything from Boadicea. But this, I would say the blend of this is a bit more smooth than it is in Tahifa Oud. There's this brightness because there's this bergamot aspect that's at the top, and it just creates this like mellow smoothness to it. And to me, usually bergamot is it can be very screechy at times, but in here it's just like the smooth factor. Sorry guys, I don't want my tea to get cold. But in here, yeah, there's just like this smooth factor with the bergamot. And then the oud comes in. Like the oud is quite animalic. It's very musky. Very, very musky. I'm starting to like animalic ouds. I don't like the barnyard ouds for sure. Like that's just, it's like repelling to me, but like those animalic pheromone-like scents, That's what I really enjoy when it comes to like oud, and it has that aspect in here. And the rose is absolutely beautiful. It kind of smells like a tahif rose. I don't know if that's what it is, but it has that like tahif rose factor. And that just blended with the oud is just, it smells really, really beautiful. The way that they capture this, bravo to whoever that perfumer is, because I enjoy this. Like it can be definitely hard to describe. But it's very mellow, very, very well blended. Like everything just is married together so beautifully. Definitely a royal scent. Something I can see, like I said before, a Middle Eastern queen wearing this. Like this is her signature. This is all she wears. Whenever you smell this, just know she was in the room or she's somewhere near. Very regal, elegant, a showstopper. This is going to be a standout fragrance. When you wear this, you have to exude confidence, because if you're just somebody who's timid and shy and just like, I mean, you can be shy, but if you're just somebody who's timid and like you don't know who you are, this fragrance is not going to match you. So I definitely recommend being one of those people who, you have the confidence factor to wear this. What is it called? It is called Blue Sapphire. Yeah, Blue Sapphire is on fire right now for me. I love this. I think this would be like a signature for me in the summer, because it's just so beautiful. Like the beauty in this fragrance is very admirable. Like when I smell this, whoever I would smell this on, like I feel like I would admire them, because it smells like confidence. It just smells like somebody who knows who they are. They stand straight and tall. They talk very eloquently. They enunciate all their words. They're just very regal in all the aspects about them. Thank you. I really love this. This is love at first sniff for sure. I didn't know how I'd feel about it. Everybody that talks about this fragrance, like they describe it, and I feel like it's kind of hard for them to describe too. There's some people that do it well, but like I don't know. I feel like you have to smell this fragrance to like maybe understand what it is. And yeah, definitely if you can't find the hair mist, or like the bottle is definitely, it's the price for the bottle is definitely up there. I definitely recommend getting a sample for sure, just to see what it is. You don't have to go out and you don't have to buy a full bottle to enjoy the fragrance. You can definitely buy a sample and be okay with that. But yeah, I recommend this fully. I want a bottle so bad. But the $900 factor is kind of throwing me off because there's so many other things I could do. But if I find the actual perfume bottle for a steal, trust me, I'm getting my hands on that, because absolutely that will be my signature scent. One of my signature scents, because I feel like I would have maybe a few that would just like, when you smell that, you just know it's me. It's Brie. Oh, I love this. This is definitely a 10 out of 10 on uniqueness factor. I mean, it's a hair mist, so I can't rate it for like, well, I can kind of rate it for sillage and all that stuff, because it does have a good sillage. It does have like a good scent throw. I feel like whenever I walk, this is definitely gonna have that nice scent throw for whoever's around me, especially if it's a little windy. They'll definitely enjoy the beauty within this fragrance. So yeah, guys, those are all of the fragrances that I purchased in the past 6 months, and I'm really enjoying. I got to sit down with them. I got to understand them a little bit. I got to let them develop on my skin and like really take the journey with these fragrances, and discovered my love for them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if what new fragrances you got in your collection, whatever you're sampling, whatever you're trying, maybe whatever you're wearing today. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.